and the Bearcats can add to a 1-point lead with 1:22 in overtime.
They better get to Mitchell, because I think Mitchell's going to be looking to try to get the next shot, because he's got to feel confident. Chris Biller just was not strong enough to get the shot down on the other end. Good pass.
Fletcher to Mitchell, who was falling out of bounds and kept it alive somehow. Open look at a three.
Oh, yeah, I told you, he's rolling. He's on a roll.
24 against Duke. You would think he's been doing this 4 years on the major college level.
Oh, that's a basket. That's got to be a minute.
Well, Donnie Gray looked at Ed Hightower. He shook his head. So no goaltending.
Do not say this is fair, because it's the same call that wasn't made on the other end, because the ball looked like it was under the rim. So I can go and say that's fair. Here's the shot. Is it coming down? That wasn't even close. That shot's coming down.
That is also the 5th on Michael. He was hoping that was going to be Tate. Instead, it's Pete Michael, who has not been notified yet because he's still out there, but that was number 5 on him, and Huggins has not yet sent anybody out there.
He gets a minute. He gets the 4 minute, and he's using it. That's why Michael really hadn't moved. And Huggins is using it as a chance to let his players rest a little bit. They come in with another ball handler. And Myra.
Bill Pito, Linda Cohn, and Sports Center standing by. 54.8 seconds. And some absolutely critical free throws coming up for Quincy Lewis, with the Gophers trailing by 4.
See, he's already had a big night with 23 points and 6 rebounds.
Well, tonight, the Bearcats now have seen their starting big forward and center foul out.
And they're still able to hold their own, which tells you about the depth that Cincinnati has this year. So Kenyon Martin sitting right there on the bench.
1 out of 2. And Prisbilla touched it last.
Yeah, I thought that's a good call. I thought Prisbilla knocked him away and hit the ball down and knocked it out of bounds. I think that's a good call. Clint Haskins does not agree. Get a chance to take a look at the ball and come down. Prisbilla, see, I thought, oh, well, I think what it looked as though is that it was Levitt, because the ball came toward him, but I thought Prisbilla hit it.
Oh, good stolen by Simmons. Terrence Simmons makes it a 1-point game.
But a bad decision. The one place you don't want to ever throw the ball is back across your basket, and Melvin Levitt threw it right there. That's a senior who's got to know better. They better not get a 10-second violation.
Mitchell, 38 seconds. What a steal and hoop by Simmons. His only points of the game to get the Gophers within 1. And Huggins will use his timeout with 29.4 seconds in overtime, with the Bearcats leading 62-61. He's looking awfully nervous on the Gopher bench until Terrence Simmons, the transfer from LSU out of Houghton, Louisiana, came seemingly from nowhere.
Well, he does a good job anticipating, and Levitt throws the ball right back toward the basket. What Levitt's mistake was is he took one dribble and he picked it up. But you don't throw that pass back to the basket. You make that guy come and meet you. And so it was as much Levitt's fault as it is Mitchell. If a guy is throwing it to you and it's under your opponent's basket, you've got to come meet it.
Cincinnati getting the extra timeout that you are allowed in overtime, so they've used it. There's a difference of 11 seconds on the clock, 13 to shoot for Mitchell.
I look for him to try to get Mitchell off the screen. Let him go to work. He's the only one who's scoring.
Oh, Simmons got a piece. Here's Clark, 14 seconds.
He doesn't see him behind him.
And knocked out, and that will give Haskins a chance to get Quincy Lewis in the game. He had taken him out for a defensive sequence, and it was looking dicey there as to whether he would get the Big Ten's leading scorer in with a chance to determine the outcome of this game, but his timeout will allow that. 9.9 in Minneapolis when we come back for the windup. Minnesota will have it after using their overtime timeout with 9.9 to play. You were not as shocked as I was that Lewis was not in for a moment.
No, I think he was trying to give him a blow, and particularly on the defensive end on that play. And then he was going to take a chance. If he got the rebound, he was going to get a timeout because Clem had a timeout to get his best player in. But if he'd have taken a fast break, if he couldn't have got it, that could have come up with that one. But I don't think he knew he was going to come up with a fast break opportunity.
Neither team with a timeout. It'll be Terrence Simmons to inbound it underneath the Gophers hoop, trailing by 1.
Got to get the ball in.
Got to get it in, and just in time, it's Tarver. Now to Clark. Guarded by Horton. Lewis with a pick. 4 seconds.
He got him.
Clark in midair. No tip. No good by Tarver, and Cincinnati wins it.
What a great win for Bob Huggins to come in this hostile environment and get this win in overtime. What a great college game day. Woo!
It's only December. It's not going to get a whole lot better than that this year. Tarver's tip coming up short as Cincinnati in overtime survives 62-61. One more look.
Well, the Bearcats do a good job defensively. You see they get there. What he doesn't do is Clark can go back. There are 2 men on him. Lewis was open. Clark, thinking the shot clock is running out, tries to make a shot, takes a tough one that doesn't go down. Then tipped there by Tarver. Knocked up. Great win for Cincinnati on the road.
They go to 8-0. Minnesota 6-1. 62-61 in overtime for the Bearcats. For Quinn Buckner, Dave Barnett, so long from Minneapolis. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now stay tuned. Sports